It's time for you to stop fucking around and actually decide what skill you're gonna focus on. Yeah, so no more walking into the gym, deciding in the moment what you're gonna do. No more training for 4 different exercises and actually getting none of them. And no more getting overuse injuries because you're trying to train everything. You're not getting enough rest, yeah, because, well, you can't choose. I'm going to help you make this choice, yeah, because I have made a tier list of calisthenics exercises based on 3 factors, which you're going to, yeah, it's going to make this choice easier. Because these 3 factors are not just how cool the skill looks or anything, but how functional they are. Yeah, that's why you clicked on this video. You want to be functional. You don't just want something because it looks cool. You want to get aesthetics. You want to look good and you want to have the confidence in your body. Yeah. Second thing is going to be, is it useful for other sports? Yeah, is the skill useful for other sports and for self-defense? Yeah, and third one, is it going to be useful for daily life? So is it gonna, well, make you feel good? It's gonna be able to maybe alleviate some back pain if you're sitting all day, and is it gonna be able to get you some adventure? Yeah, based on those 3 things, we're going to rank all calisthenics exercises, or all the main ones. Just one thing before I start is that it's absolutely crucial that you pick 1 or max 2 exercises. Yeah, don't go around thinking, oh, this is useful, this is useful. That's not how this works. Pick what is most useful, and if you really don't know what's most useful, watch to the end of the video. I'll explain some more things. Let's get started. Number 1, the planche, of course. Well, it gets a C because, well, it's really not that useful for daily life. Other sports also minimally. Yeah, you're probably not going to be able to do other sports while you're training for a planche. Well, it does get you ripped. Yeah, you're gonna have to be ripped if you do a planche. So that's that. That's why it gets a C. Front lever gets a B because, well, the training is less specific than like for a planche. You can just get very strong, and one of the most important muscles, your lat muscle. So that's why it gets a B. It's quite useful for other sports, and of course, it's going to make you get some nice wings. Always good. Back lever gets a C again because it's such specific strength and skill. You don't really even have to train for it probably. You're just going to get a bit stronger. You have to do it very often to be able to know the one good thing about it is that you're going to have to know some shoulder position. So it could be kind of useful for daily life. Again, a C. Human flag, a C again. Why? Because, well, you're gonna get some shoulder strength, but it's super specific. The one nice thing about it is your core is going to get some very good core gains, and not just the straight blocky abs, but of course the entire core. Yeah, this entire part's going to have to work together, which is the useful part about it. But again, very specific, not that useful. Handstand gets a B. Well, not because you're going to look jacked. Yeah, you can be super skinny and still do a handstand. You can even be fat and probably do a handstand. Why is it still in a B though? Because you're going to get so much body control. You're going to learn so much about how to control your body, how to tense your body, how to brace. It's going to be useful for so many things, and the flexibility that you will get in your shoulders, in your spine, maybe also in your hamstrings for the kick-ups and things is going to be super nice for your daily life. It's going to definitely make you feel better. Strong wrists, no wrist injuries, all of those are amazing. Muscle up, of course, gets an S. Why? Well, you're going to look jacked. You're going to do the main exercises, the pull-ups and the dips, of course, you're going to look fucking good. Yeah, second thing, you're going to be explosive. Something that is super useful for so many sports, being able to explosively move. And of course, for daily life, you're going to be able to go over obstacles. Yeah, if you're ever running from anything or chasing something, you're going to get over things, useful for other sports as well. Just S tier exercise. Ale sit to handstand. Yeah, for this one actually gets an A. Why? Because, well, it's a combination of exercise, of course. That's always going to be good. You're going to have to do a handstand, the benefits of that, and the benefits of an L-sit. Yeah, so the core is going to be there, the leanness is going to be there, the balance is going to be there. And why does this get an A better than like a planche? Also going to have to be lean and balanced for that. Is because you're going to get some hip flexor power, yeah, and some hamstring flexibility. Both of those are super essential for feeling good in daily life. Yeah, and also for other sports, definitely for other sports. The straddle press gets a C because, well, it's easier variation from just the handstand press. It is nice, but it's very specific. Being able to open your legs that wide, it's not that useful for other sports, and for daily life, it's not gonna improve your body that much more than a normal handstand would. V-sit gets a B because of the core, the hip flexors, the hamstring flexibility, of course, again. Yeah, but this nice little bonus that a lot of other exercises don't have is going to be some tricep gains, which is of course fucking important if you're gonna go for aesthetics. Dragon flag, one of my favorite exercises. Of course, it gets an A. Yeah, because the core strength is going to be insane and it's trainable for almost everybody. Also achievable for almost everybody. Yeah, so the core strength, the grip strength, the bracing, what you're going to learn for doing this exercise, you're going to have better control over your core than most people, and also super useful for fighting and so many other sports. One arm handstand gets a D. Well, why? It's way too specific. The same benefits of a handstand, but like 10 times more training. 90-degree push-up. Well, this one gets a B because the shoulders are worked a lot, and again, it's almost a combination exercise. It's almost a going from a deep push-up, yeah, of almost a planche push-up to a handstand. It's going to combine the benefits of multiple exercises. Dynamics are, in general, going to be more useful than static exercises. The one-arm push-up is going to be an A because not only do you need to do a lot of push-ups, push-ups of course the most fundamental skill. Second thing, you will train a lot of core, yeah, anti-rotation as well, which is super useful for almost any sport. Yeah, the thing that most gym workouts, calisthenics workouts miss is this anti-rotation. So your body wants to twist and you're going to stop it from twisting. Super useful and not that hard to learn. Elbow lever, of course it looks really fucking cool, but is it useful? Not really. It's like the floor back lever. It's cool, of course, try it out, but don't spend too much time if you cannot do it yet. Handstand push-up actually gets an A because it's actually a bit more dynamic than a 90-degree push-up because you can do way more reps. If you do a lot of reps, yeah, your shoulders are going to get super massive. And in general, to be able to balance while you're doing movements is going to be more useful than just standing still and balancing. Yeah, it's going to be a combination of different exercises, which is, yeah, quite a useful thing to have. The pull-up, of course, it gets an S. Yeah, of course, maybe most people watching this video can already do a pull-up, but some people can't. And if you cannot do it yet, this is, of course, this is the second most fundamental skill, right after the push-up. Yeah, once you can do a pull-up, everything else gets better. And once you can do one, of course, you need to try and get that at 20. Yeah, by probably doing some weighted calisthenics, but you can watch some other videos for that. Yeah, so pull-up gets an S. I don't have to explain it. You know why. The back bridge. Yeah, this was almost going to be an S. Unfortunately, you do not get a lot of bodily static gains. Yeah, but for daily life, it's going to be essential for your back to feel good, for your glutes to be well activated for so many things, and for other sports. There's going to be so many times that you're doing self-defense, jiu-jitsu or anything, or other sports where there's some extra back mobility is going to come in perfectly. Yeah, you're going to enjoy having that extra mobility, and you're never going to be like, I wish I was less mobile in my back. I wish I was just more stiff. Nobody's ever said that. The one-arm chin-up. Yeah, it's not that useful again. Again, it's the one-arm strength, which is cool, but is it ever going to be used? Maybe you're going to have an insane grip. For some nice, it's going to be useful for some things, but in general, not something you really want to chase and spend so much time on. Last one, the tiger band push-up, gets a B because, well, you're training a full body exercise and you're training this triceps again. The tricep is essential for aesthetics, but of course, there's just doing normal push-ups could almost be a better thing anyway. So gets a B. Yes, these are only upper body exercises because I'm going to make a different video for lower body exercises, since their functionality is going to be, it's going to be different. Now, just choose one exercise and go for it. Yeah, go 100%. And just go watch some YouTube video on this exercise, type it in, and you're gonna find somebody explaining it, probably even selling a course, or just you can get a free workout program from them. Yeah, just go and try it out. If you're not convinced yet, go watch my latest video. Yeah, I will explain to you why it's so important that you go 100% for one calisthenics skill, and why that is also the most important thing you could be doing. Yeah, the most important goal for you to achieve is going to be choosing one and going all out for it.